prescribed upon you fighting, and it's hateful for you. But conceivably that you hate something that's good for you. It's better than oppression by the disbeliever that can deviate you from Allah's path. And conceivably that you love something and it's evil for you. And Allah knows and you don't know. They ask you about combat in the sacred months, which is months 7, 11, 12 of the Islamic calendar. Say combat in it is big, it's banned. And repelling from Allah's path and disbelief in Him and the sacred worship place, which is Mecca, and expelling its people from it is bigger at Allah. And temptation via allurement for you to disbelieve is bigger than being killed, means better dead than disbelief. And they, the disbeliever, will continue to fight you. Will fight you in the sacred months if they're winning, until they turn you back from your religion if they are able. And whoever of you, means Muslim, return back from the religion and dies as disbeliever, so those their deeds have collapsed in this life and the hereafter, and those are companions of the fire in it for eternity. Those who believed and those who migrated, they migrated from their hometown Mecca because of oppression by the Meccan pagans, and strove in Allah's path, are those who hope for Allah's mercy, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. They ask you about the intoxicant, means any substance that eventually veil the brain ability to reason, and gambling. Say, in them great misdeed, harm, error, sin, evil, so on, and benefits for people, yet some benefits, easy winning, financial trading, some health benefit in wine, etc. But their misdeed, physically, morally, and spiritually, is greater than their benefits. And they ask you, what should we spend? Say the excess means over what you need. This is how Allah make clear to you His signs that you may contemplate in this life and afterlife, and what kind of person you be living and your purpose in life and so on. In this life and the hereafter. And they ask you about the orphans. Say, improvement for them is best, means be righteous and if possible enhance their affairs according to Allah's borders. And if you mix your affairs due to necessity, they are your brothers. Treat them like caring family. And Allah knows the corrupted from the reformers. And if Allah has willed, He could have burdened you by not allowing you mixing your affairs with the orphans. And Allah is mighty, wise. Don't marry polytheistic women, the one that worship more than one God, until they believe truly in Allah as one God. And a believing slave is better than a polytheist, even if you liked her. And don't marry the polytheistic men, now addressing Muslim women, until they believe. And the believing slave is better than a polytheist, even if you liked him. Those, the polytheistic, invites you to the fire, and Allah invites you to paradise and to forgiveness by His permission. And He make clear His signs for people, perhaps that they may remember. To remember, to be righteous, make good choices in life, remember God and His commands. And they ask you about menstruation. Say it's harm. So retire from women in menstruation and don't approach them, no intercourse, until they purify, menstruation ends. So once they have purified, means cleansed, then come unto them from where Allah commanded you. Indeed, Allah loves the repentant, means spiritual purification, and loves who purify themselves, physical purification. Your women are tilth for you, means to nourish and labor into them will result in good life and good offspring, like well-treated soil tilth. And come to your tilth place of procreation, how you will. It's from any position, to deny a cultural belief about positions, example set by shoes. And set forth for yourselves, plan before you get married, and preserve yourself physically and spiritually during marriage. And be pious, means be mindful and shield yourself from Allah's punishment by obeying Him. And know that you shall meet Him, in the day of resurrection. and give good tidings to the believers. Reminder to be patient to earn the rewards in this life and the hereafter. Don't make Allah an obstacle in your oath not to do good. Mean go out of your way to do good and don't say I swear in Allah's name not to. And to be pious and mend between people. And Allah is hearing, knowing. Allah will not obligate you on idle swears, empty swears at anger or ignorance, etc. But will obligate you with what your hearts have earned, well-established and intended swears. And Allah is forgiving, forbearing, for not obligating you onto empty swears. Those who swears on their women, example, no intercourse due to dispute. Lurks, wait closely for 4 months. And if they revert, resume marital relation within these 4 months, then Allah is forgiving, merciful. If they are determined, after 4 months, either men or women, to divorce, then Allah is hearing and knowing. Divorced women hold to themselves for 3 purification. It's a waiting period apart from their husband and from remarrying. And it's not allowed for them to conceal what Allah created in their womb, their count of their period or their pregnancy. If they believe in Allah and the last days, and their husbands has more right to return them back, during the 3 months waiting period over someone else who proposed. If they want to mend, both agree truly to reconcile, then do to them, the wives, what expected of them per what is known, reasonably common, acceptable to Allah. And men, strong, able men, are a step above them, example in stewardship, not ownership, and Allah mighty and wise. Divorce, verbal with intent, is twice. 2 times, then the husband has no right to return her back without her agreement. Either grasp to return back to each other with acceptable manner, or release with kindness. And it's not lawful to take anything that you have given her, example dowry and jewelry, unless they, husband and wife, fear that they cannot keep Allah's boundaries. And if you feared, husband and wife and maybe guardians, that they will not keep Allah's boundaries, so no blame upon them on which she can ransom herself. Example, forgo her dowry, she still wants to divorce despite her husband follows Allah's command. These are Allah's borders, so don't cross it. And whoever crosses Allah's borders, they are the unjust. If he divorces her, verbal for the 3rd time, then she is not lawful to him until she remarries a husband other than him. If he divorces her, means a later husband, there is no blame upon them, the woman and her first husband, to return if they will to uphold Allah's boundaries. And these are Allah's boundaries. He make it clear for people that knows.